Luckily, only flat on the bottom. That was actually up to hearing gas. Holy moly, that's a lot of gas. I'm gonna bring my wrench so I can do a field adjustment if I need to. Ridden, and that's a good horse when you ride her right. Look at that. Pull this rebar out of here. It holds the door down from blowing away. There you go. As soon as you take it out, it starts blowing around. Got ourselves a flat tire. I guess we'll be doing some work on that soon too. Luckily, only flat on the bottom. Anyways, get her out of here. I'm riding in style today. Riding in style because I hurt my leg. Also, that box is really heavy and I didn't want to carry it out. All right, now for the lawnmower, I need a tire, 15 by 6. That's gonna be the one there. Look at how much they are. 50 bucks for a tire. Put that in there. I better take a tube too. I might get away with a tube, but even just a tube is $30. We'll take one of those. See if we can't get away with that. Maybe we'll need both. Springtime here at Danneberg Acres. There's the big D. Yeah, definitely springtime. Check out the green grass everywhere, getting long. And here is the easy to use mower that I generally use. Also have the John Deere, but I bought this to use on our trip when we went to Arizona with that. And now I thought I'd try to charge the battery on here. And what do we got here? Says it has 2 green lights. I don't know what that is. No, those aren't blinking or shining. But let's see if it charges it up at all. It's been sunny for a little bit. Nothing there. Gotta push that down, of course. Try it again here. Oh, look at that. Actually had some. Oh, had a little bit of juice there, but not a lot. Let's see the seat mechanism. Oh, maybe that needs to be. This maybe needs to be sat on as well. I think I reconnected it. Nope, nothing there either. All right, so not sure what's going on there. Definitely not a loose connection issue because I tightened those up yesterday, and they were good to go. So I think I have a battery just back here. I'll push it back there. Kind of looks cool with that thing on the hood, eh? Not doing much for me, but it looks cool. One man, one hand pushing. One glove. One glove, one hand, one man. Too many projects going on here. Got to get one of these done at a time, I think. But right now it's the grass. All right, let's see here. We can get some juice to this. Some real juice. Positivo. This is the battery out of the Mercedes that I then used in the motorhome. Still doesn't want. What's going on there? I wonder if it's hydrolocked. Let's check that. I did have a carb issue last week. I just thought it was bad gas, so I changed that all out. So let's see if that could be the issue now. It might be leaking in there. Dirty seat. Oh, there goes the top of my Mastercraft ratchet set. Too bad. All right, and I think that one takes the small diameter plug. Over around on this side. Oh, look at it. It's leaking out already. I can see it down there. Oh, look at that. Holy mackerel. Oh, I've never seen anything hydrolocked like that in my life. Look at all the fuel in there. Holy moly. That's a lot of gas. Yikes. I gotta work on the carb here first. I thought that might happen just because of the carb issues I had. That was actually up to here in gas. So all that gas is now probably in there and in the crankcase. So hey, it's going to be a little bit of work here. All right, first things first, let's get that carb off there. Let's see what's happening inside there. I barely loosened the screw on the carb, and it's already leaking from there too, so that's probably the problem. One screw, other screw. Very full bowl. Check that out. And look at that, it's like just pouring out of there. Well, although it does close, it floats up. What's going on there? Jesus. I'll just let run all this gas out of there. There's not much in there. Seems to shut off when I close it, so it shouldn't keep flowing. Looks okay in there. A little bit of dirt in there. Nothing movable. Let's try that again here. Could have put it back in the wrong place after I put it back together. It's not leaking out now by itself. Better check the oil, of course. Ooh, look at that. She's full of gas. Hardly any oil left in there. So, gotta do an oil change. This vehicle came with a little oil funnel that allowed you to run the oil out of here and into a bucket without hitting this pan here. Looked everywhere. Found it in the funnel parts. Look, it says ride on mower oil drain. I was almost going to use this old school one, which would have worked, I think, as well. Probably not perfectly, but has a little thing to put a screw on there. Look at that. Oh, that fits perfectly, just right on there. Got it. Oh jeez, it's all gas. Look at that. It just came flying out. Holy, look at that. That is thin as thin can be. That is mostly gas. No wonder it hydrolocked. Squeezed it back through the valves, I'm guessing. We'll let that drain for a bit. While we're at it, we'll just check the air filter. Google, anybody? Google? Why don't you just put a thing on here that says that looks like half a gallon. And Google says 15 to 18 ounces. That looks like a lot more than 18 ounces. After doing a whole bunch of calculations, I have found that 15 to 18 ounces is the same, is about halfway as 16 ounces. 33 ounces in a liter, so half a liter would be about 16 ounces, right? And half a liter is 500 mils, and I have this container that says 500 mils, so if I fill this up, That should be pretty close to what this thing needs. What happened to my little funnel? We're gonna go with synthetic. Probably takes 30 weight. And exactly 473. Oh my god. Look at them, what a mess. Exactly 473 liters and 16 ounces. And this said 15 to 18. So we'll just fill this up and get her close to it, and then we'll check it. First I'll get a rag and wipe the mess. Look at this mess going on I got. Well, let me finish up first, and then I'll clean everything properly. All right. Probably takes most of it, but not all of it. Registering just at the bottom there. Hydrolock sorted out, and plug her back in. Okay, here we go. Test fire. Not the easiest spot to get the spark plug out of. Yeah, look at the gas coming out of there. See if that was just what was, hopefully that was just what was left in there. Couldn't have poured in that fast, could it have? Come on. A lot of gas came out of there. Maybe it was just what was sitting in the side of the cylinder. Hoping, lots of hoping as usual. Alright, screw this back in. Alright, take 3. Hopefully that's just oil from all the spilling I just did. Still looks clean in there. And she's right up just to the bottom of the hatch marks. Ah, there you go. Dead soldier. Alright, so that was a good, I don't know, how to or how not to, or hopefully it doesn't happen to you. Hydrolock cylinder, if you go to try to start it, and you know you got a good battery, or you jump start it and it still won't crank, and you try to turn this and it just seems really stiff, probably hydrolocked gas, or it could be hydrolocked. That means that the gas has gone into the cylinder and filled it up. Could be from a stuck float. And then if it overfills that, it can go into the crankcase. So we saw everything here. The cylinder was full, hydrolocked. It had gone into the crankcase, used up all the gas that was in here. So all you can do is, got to get all that gas out of there, crank it over, let it shoot out like I did at the second time there. When I let it pour out the first time, there was obviously still enough in there that that didn't get all of it out, and it was still partially hydrolocked. So let's start it again and see if we got it going now. Alright, do a little cutting with it. Let's see how she fares. Dig around with the John Deere. Trying to level the deck all the way around. Get these blades leveled up. Measure from the blade to the floor, which is not easy. The side appears to be 4 3/4, and you check the other side the same. And the front should be 1/8 of an inch lower. It's 4, quite a bit. It's 4 1/2. Should only be 1/8 difference, so I change that a bit. And then these wheels here, they got a lot of play in them, but they should be 1 inch off the ground. This side we got, oh boy, this side we got like about 4 1/2 as well. So that's pretty even side to side. 4 for the front middle blade. Adjustments on this thing here, everything is made just on the one side of these old 300 series, 400 series tractors. This one here has a hook with a pin that goes to this main arm, and this one has a nut on either side, so you loosen this nut and you can move this up and down, and that changes the entire deck this way and that way. And so you measure from the blade down on that side, which I had 5 inches, and on this side, which I had 5 inches, so it's level. If it wasn't, I would raise or lower that a bit. And then in the front, what you need to do is you can measure those blades, and the front should be 1/8 inch more. Wait a minute. The back should be 1/8 inch more than the front. The front should just cut a hair sooner. And to do that, you can make sure you do all this with the deck right at top height. And the front measurement, you can change these clevises. You undo that lock nut and you move these in and out, and that pulls the front forward and back and lifts it up and down. When it's pivoting on here and there. So what you can do as well is set your deck height so it only goes down so far. When you drop it here, instead of dropping it all the way to the floor, it only drops so far by adjusting this one here. So you position the mower at the desired cutting height, and then you turn the knob until it's tight, and you lock it with the wing nut under here. This wing nut here, it rests on the pan, and that adjusts how far it'll drop when you drop with your hydraulic. All right, so quick summary there. Put it on a level piece of ground, bring it all the way up to the top, not cutting height, which is down at the bottom, but all the way up to the top with your hydraulics. And then the side to side, you're gonna level with that one there, bent pin that goes through there, and that's attached to the main bars that are attached to the hydraulics. And the front, so the pitch, which the front cuts further sooner or later. The front should cut 1/8 of an inch sooner. So if you go over the grass and it doesn't look even though you've done this in your garage, you can just bring it back and try to level it out again with that adjustment on the side. And if the front, of course, is digging in too much or it's not level front to back, then you can use the front clevis to measure that or to adjust that. Let's adjust the drop height here. So now it's at, I'm going to drop it to the cutting height, 2-inch cutting height. Let's 2.5 inch. That is, yeah, 2.5 inch almost. Let's just hair more. There. Say that's 2.5. Yep. It's going to get us at our cutting height. So I'm going to drop this down. And once you got this, tighten this belt with this unit here. It's got a kind of a gauge that goes up and down here, but nobody seems to know exactly how it's supposed to work anymore. It's even on YouTube. All right, let's crank it up and see where we're at cutting height wise. I'm gonna bring my wrench so I can do a field adjustment if I need to. So we've got them sorted out, both working. That's the grass here to cut. It looks pretty even. Grass doesn't look great, still a bunch of bare spots and stuff, but it's an acreage. We got a bunch of gophers there and stuff that I've been trying to kill, as you know. Trusty 22 gopher at the far end there where the telephone pole is. Pretty difficult. We'll keep trying, but it's nice and even.